weekday night, taking calls from the bins. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Ox, here on the panel. It's the one and only Bridge and Rudy Bear. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Bridgeman.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you guys on the panel here? Huge good evening to guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in from all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Bridge? All right, mate?
I'm excellent now. I think I've gone mostly over my disappointment. I even sometimes you wake up the next morning, you think even worse. Sometimes but no, I've not thought too much about it at all.
I've got to say, I was a lot more disappointed last Thursday and last Monday than I was after last night's result.
Yeah, agreed.
If that makes sense, Rudy.
Aye, I agree with you, Ox. I was too. I thought the performances in the league in the two games against Aberdeen and Dundee, I thought were pretty drastic, really. And the league title means so much to us, Ox, and we had the great one against Hearts, sitting top of the league. We're all chuffed to bits, and then you get these two performances, So I agree with you. I think, as far as last night was concerned, it just wasn't our game, really, unfortunately, I think they tried. And we discussed that last night, didn't we? It was
just a real bit of lack of quality. We're getting there, Rudy. We're getting there slowly.
We are slowly, as you said last night, Ox. One transfer window. He's going to need another 2 3 transfer windows to get the team right, isn't he? So that's fine. That's okay. We can now start looking forward to concentrating on the league now, can't we?
Aye, and as we say, Bridge, big games. Hamilton Accies a big game.
What can I say? Biggest game of our season now. Each one is. I've said it all the time. Massive game. Because you know what's going to happen now. We're going to be really uptight as a team, and we need that first goal. We need to score, and generally speaking, score early, and you can settle down a wee bit. Let's hope we can do something like that, because we can't go on getting to 30 minutes or 35 minutes and no scored. Panic sets in among the players and the fans. We're going to be thinking, oh my God, we can't beat Hamilton. We're at Ibrox, blah blah blah. That'll happen. We need to score a wee bit early, settle down, and then start playing football and mollocate them. Mollocate them! Come on, the Rangers!
He's never wanting.
Aye, maybe a wee touch, but I get your sentiment and I agree with it totally. I'd like to see a really good win at the weekend on Sunday. I think we're kind of overdue one, I think last time it was 4-1 against Hamilton, wasn't it?
I don't flattered us, Rudy.
I was just about to say that, Ox. It was certainly wasn't a 4-1 game in my opinion, really. It was there for everybody to see. It wasn't really. But look, it's just all it really matters tomorrow is just getting back to winning ways again, as far as the league's concerned. And however we get the 3 points, we just need to get them. That's important, Ox.
Aye. We'll look back, we'll look forward to tonight. But if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. Will you be brought in with the one and only Fox? What can they talk about, Rudy?
They can talk about anything and everything to do with the famous Glasgow Rangers.
Yes, Rudy!
Was it one of the games last night where we had everybody sort of playing sixes and we couldn't get anybody playing sevens out of tens? Is that? I thought Jack was our best player, in my personal opinion. What about yourself, Bridge?
I wouldn't disagree with you. I thought that Ryan Jack had quite a good game. I was really pleased with Borna Barisic, I must admit. I thought he had a really good game for his first game back for a wee while. I thought I was so pleased to see him. I reckon that guy's quality, real quality. But Ryan Jack was very industrious and really good. I've said this before about Ryan Jack. He's one of my favourite players when he's playing a defensive type role and keeps it nice and tight. If he was playing just in front of the young McCrory last night, and I don't like it too much when he goes into the box, because he tends to, when he gets near the box, he tends to go in with a heavy tackle, or causes himself problems and gets booked. And I think he got booked last night, didn't he? And it just happens. Just puts pressure on himself.
Aye, for nothing, mate. Absolutely.
I'm saying
nothing.
absolutely, but that's what I mean. He's in the area where all the bodies are. That's what I think, anyway. And he tends to get noticed and booked. The booking he got was absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. But yeah, I do agree with you, Ox. I do agree with you.
I thought he'd done all right. Breaking up the play, liking the play, Rudy, but it just, that final ball at the end, just if that was just a wee bit better than the performance of Ryan Jack, yeah?
Aye, it was. I thought he played well. As you say, it was sixes across the board, really, for me. Just that wee bit of lacking in that wee bit of quality, as we discussed last night. But certainly Ryan Jack, for me, put in a decent performance. And he kind of, you think, on another day, we'd have created more chances. I didn't think Rapid Vienna were great by any stretch of the imagination. I still thought we were the better team.
I thought they were awful, mate. I thought they were poor.
Yeah, I maybe wouldn't have went that far, but I didn't think they were great, really, Oxide. On another day, if we'd have created more chances, I don't know, I think we could easily have won that game, so we could have, For what I've seen so far, I would say that they were probably the weakest team in the group that we were in, But look, that is what it is now, I mean, we're going to the league now. Hopefully, Ryan Jack.
They took 6 after that Spartak Moscow at home.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe that either at the time, I mean, that was. I don't know really how that. I saw the result, obviously, but I never saw the game. So I don't know how they managed to do that, but that was a fantastic result for them, actually, truth be told. And they did what they had to do last night against us, though. So that's the thing, they had a game plan, they stuck to it, and they got the result they were looking for. But the difference between us and them was we had to chase the game. We had to win the game. They didn't. They're quite happy with a point. And as it transpired, they got the win when we were pushing up. Near the end of the game, throwing everybody forward, hands on the break. Bad thing for Alan McGregor. Which you can't.
It was a bad kick, but God, he's going about 40 yards away for the goals. There's enough time for the team to get sorted,
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that, 100%. 100%.
You wouldn't slag off Alan McGregor for that. I mean, you look at some of the saves he's pulled off, in the qualifying rounds and stuff like that.
I think from the point where it left Alan McGregor's boot, or when it went to him, to the time it went into the net, it was just a series of, in my opinion, a series of mistakes by the Rangers players.
It started even before that, mate, but right down in the tab with the ball in the outside right position, and he just dillied on it a wee bit, never get the cross in, they sort of mugged him, and they broke away, and it came for that.
Yeah, I've said this, I'm fed up saying it, everybody's fed up hearing me saying it. Every single time we're down near our opponent's box, we cannot do the fatal. It's a fatal mistake for us. Give the ball away. I don't care if you poof it out of the park up to Rose Ed. I don't care. Don't give the ball away, because you never get back. Our midfield cannot get back. They don't have that much energy. And you've seen when the ball comes over and people run at our centre halves, they're exposed, and there's not much you can do about it. They get exposed. We need to watch what we're doing with these things. And that's it. I feel get really good.
I think you're going to go forward, Bridge, and try and put the ball in the box. You can't get the outside right channel and then say, oh, by the way, I'll kick out for a goal kick.
Oh, God, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, when the ball drops, you see that in that sort of good passing range or even shooting range, and you're there, and what you want to do is let them go and do it, but they don't. They decide to stop, they turn round, and they try to do this, they try to do that, and then they try to force a wee pass through that was never going to get there in the first place. And before you know it, that team, whomever you're playing, have picked the ball up from there, poked it down the wing, and somebody's ran onto it and pushed it down the middle, and we're in trouble. That happens all the time. Well, that's the way I see it anyway, Oxford.
I think that's when you support a team, mate, and you sometimes exaggerate. I mean, you go forward. Yeah, we get the ball away a lot. Yeah, we've not got the greatest passing team in the world, Rudy, but we've got some pluses. But we're a new team, and after this transfer window, we might be in a new improved team, mate.
Aye, it's just,
I hope so.
I said last night, kind of 5 months we've been together, it's almost a brand new team that Steven Gerrard and Mark Allen brought in. And it'll take time, Ox, transfer window in January. Hopefully we bring in a couple of players of quality, add to what we've already got. And then we get through this, see what happens to the rest of the season. You get into the summer and you've got another transfer window. To improve the team. And that's what's going to happen as time goes on now. Each transfer window, hopefully anyway, Ox will be adding quality now to the team, because it's not about numbers anymore, it's just about quality now, and as opposed to bringing in 5 players, who might just be squad players, if it means just bringing in 2 or possibly 3 quality players, then that's what has to happen now, I think, because we've got the base now, we just need to build on it as far as the squad goes.
Alright, if people want to join us, what's the number, Rudy?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Foxy will bring them in and look after them.
Oh, we'll be joined by our first call in the evening. It's the one and only JFK. Evening, JFK.
Evening, guys. Hi, Bridge. Hi, Rudy.
First off the rank this evening, Jim.
Sorry, mate.
First off the rank.
First off the rank,
Are you going to give us an update on the painting?
Painting's nearly done, mate.
Oh, you're a dancer.
Nearly done.
What was it, day number 4?
It was hangover after a bottle of vodka and 5 cans of beer.
So, a redo then.
If truth be told, that's why I never came on after the game last night. I couldn't bite my fingernails. So I thought I'd rather not do that, so I just played a few tunes and tried to listen a wee bit, but no, I was a burst couch this morning, guys, so they paint the day, going to start tomorrow again, ha ha ha. I listen to you talking there, guys, and it's onwards and upwards for me, 14 European games, 18 goals for, 10 against, 2 defeats, 5 wins and 7 draws. And it's been a journey, guys, so I've not got any complaints. Last night, as I said, or the night before, that I think the Spartak Moscow results would come back and haunt us, and it did, We could even have taken a couple of points for them. So, but look, there's a lot of rubbish getting bandied about in different forums and things like that, and just let them go and bump their gums, about Stevie Gerrard and things like that. I'm happy to a certain degree the way things are going. Obviously I'd like to sign another 2 or 3 players, but it's a journey we never thought we would get. The way I look at it is it's probably 12 games more than I ever thought we would get. I thought the new manager and the new regime coming in and the players that we had, that we might not get very far in Europe, but God almighty, it's been fantastic. A fantastic journey. And we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, guys, didn't we, with the Spartak game? But you know something? It's a great journey to travel, and I'm pleased that I was there to see it. So, no, the Hamilton game comes on Sunday, so we regroup.
Onwards and upwards, James, Onwards and upwards,
Of course it is, mate. We regroup for Sunday. We've always said that the league's the bigger picture, so we'll go for that. We can hold our heads high and be pride in that, and we didn't do ourselves any injustice. We played to the best of our ability, and I think that 14 games in and we only lost 2, guys. I think that's a tremendous record in its own for the team that we've built under Steven Gerrard. So, no too despondent, Ox here. I would like to have seen us obviously win last night, but it didn't happen. So it didn't happen. So let's go to Sunday, the Hamilton Academicals, and let's see what we do there.
Who shone for you last night?
For me, my man of the match, 2, but my man of the match, a man who I've criticised quite a lot, and I gave it to Big Tav. I thought Tav had a good game, and closely followed by Ryan Jack. Borna had a good game as well. I mean, Ross McCrory did the best he could. Glenn Middleton was poor. But anyway, we could go on and on. But that's the way I saw it, Oxia. I thought Tav was my man of the match.
Right,
just
okay.
closely followed by Jack.
I've never seen that myself, but it's all about opinions, Jimmy.
Yep.
Aye. So we move on to Saturday's game. Sunday's game, Bridget. It'll be interesting to hear from the manager, maybe any knocks, strains, etc., to see what team we're going to have on the pitch.
You're absolutely right. You're going to go, I wonder if we've got, oh, wait a minute, no, he's got, you know. So, obviously, the manager's got to dig deep, because he had to dig deep for that game there. Let's hope there's not too many strains. He said there was one or two. I believe he said that in the news anyway. There was one or two there. But hopefully, there's nothing that bad that's going to stop us. We might even end up with the same team again. But we've got Candias to come back, because that's his suspension's finished. Yeah?
Right, Candias, that was Europe. That was a European suspension.
Right, okay, so Candias...
I don't think we'll see Kent this side of Christmas.
Well, I doubt very much you're going to see Kent. I doubt very much. It'll be interesting to see how we're going to go on with Dorans and Murphy. When's Murphy? Murphy to the end of the season?
I think you've got to forget about them, and if they come back, it's a bonus. What do you think, Rudy?
I don't know so much about Dorans, but certainly Jamie Murphy, I wouldn't imagine he's even close, to be honest. But it'd be certainly good if we could get Dorans back for the second half of the season. But I don't know how. Maybe that's just more in hope than anything else. Ox. I agree with you about Ryan Kent. I think that's really unfortunate, because I know he had a wee bit dip in form, Ryan Kent. But it was a sort of 5 or 6 game period where he was he was my man in the match. I thought he was excellent. I really liked him. Still do, you know. I think the boy's got a lot to give. So that's a wee bit disappointing that we're not going to have him through December. As you say, it looks like it'll be after Christmas before he gets himself sorted. Aye, Ryan, but Graham Dorrans for me, I think he's the kind of player we're looking for at the moment. I think, you know, similar to Scotty Arfield though, you know, so I think the way Arfield's playing now, I think you'd need to play Arfield in that position, really, you know. But look, it'd be good to have on.
I think you're going to gamble at tomorrow, and I'll take this to JFK and then come back to you today. But I think a gamble at tomorrow, if you're going to play the system, we need 2 attacking midfielders. We need guys with a bit of gale. The wide men, the 2 men. We can't have all these, if you like, defensive midfielders with little creativity. JFK.
In the middle, I'd go with Jack, Koulibaly and Arfield. Simple as. And that's the 3 I'd go with on Sunday. If you know what my team now, but I mean,
what I'm saying is, Rudy was mentioning Dorrans being fit. And
if Dorrans,
when we're at home, we're looking to open teams up, mate.
Well, we know Ajaria tried to do that, go forward and help Fred and supplement what we had up front, whether it was Kent and Candias with Fred. And I think we know now why Ajaria has not been maybe playing the way he should have been, because obviously he's not in the right place. But I can't see Dorrans ever playing for Rangers again, Oxia. I don't think it'll happen. Right. I just think that, unfortunately for him, the injuries are coming.
The ship sailed, do you think?
I think so, mate. Unfortunately, I'd like to see Merriam, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope he comes back. I just think that he seems to be a man that it's new in the part of his career. He's taken a lot of injuries, but yeah, definitely if he was fit, he'd be in my team 100%.
Well, I honestly really do hope you're wrong there, Jimmy. I hope that when he comes back, he just shows everybody what a good player he was.
Yeah,
made Rangers sign him, because I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's been badly done by the referees in our game. I thought there was a couple of times he was taken out of the game, and obviously to me it was a foul, and a bad foul, and the guy maybe only got a foul against him, and that was it. I think it could have easily been a sending off. I think some of the things that happened to the boy, really and truly, some of the things that happened to the boy is just sad. Yeah,
I agree with that, Bridge. You know, I agree 100% what you're saying. I rate him as a player, but I just hope I'm hoping he does return. But I just think that maybe the injuries maybe have gotten to him now, and so that might go against him. But I hope I'm wrong, and he does come back and play in the Royal Blue again. But but I agree with you. I think he's a cracking player.
I think that's a good point you make, though, Jimmy, isn't it? You know, when you get even a good player like Graham Dorrans, when you get to that point in their career that he's at now, injuries, they tend to be they take longer to get over, and when you get them, they tend to be more long term than they would have been when they're younger, you know, which is pretty unfortunate, really, because Graham Dorrans, you know, he's been plagued with injuries since he come to Rangers, and it's a real shame because the way we are playing now, certainly the way, you know, we have been playing the last few weeks, but we've not been creating many chances at all. He would be ideal up front on the edge of that 18-yard box, I think, for us, you know.
He's done it in a wee cameo already in Villarreal when he was on for about 5 minutes.
That's correct. That's correct.
He did, yeah.
And then the last time I seen somebody do a dummy like that was when Fox kidded on he was going to go up and buy a round.
That's no nice on Foxy, but you might be right.
But what a move it was! What a move!
He's a fair player. He's a good player. And I hope maybe the gaff. I mean, what ages? You know,
about 30, 31.
31, I think.
Well, he's got a good 3 or 4 years in front of him. So let's hope maybe the backroom staff and the medical team can get him back up and running again, because I'd love to see him getting a run out.
Ages with me and Rudy.
You know, I think
when's the last time you ever signed a 55-year-old?
I think the real problem for our midfield
Jimmy Miller.
we've got too many midfielders of the same kind of ilk, you know. With Jack, McCrory, Koulibaly, Ross, they're all very similar, you know. And we really do need somebody in there in that midfield, even a couple of midfielders that are capable of making things happen, getting into the box quickly, making stuff happen, you know, looking for a pass, somebody that can do something a bit different, you know, up against a kind of stuffy defence, and that's our problem now. I really do think.
Rudy, do you think if we do go along the lines of bringing in Stephen Davis, do you think then that Dorrans would be kind of pushed aside, even if he was fit?
Would he? No, not necessarily, Jimmy. You know, I would think that if Dorrans is training well, you know, and he's playing well, you know, he gets a wee shot in the team, he gets a wee run in the team. If he's doing the business, it doesn't. I mean, I you know, reputations, you know, it shouldn't really matter, you know. So even though Stephen Davis is who he is, you know, and he's had a great career down south, all that stuff, and he's a Rangers man and everything else. So's Dorrans as well. Dorrans is a good player too, you know. So if he was training well, if he was fully fit, he was getting a wee run in the team, and he was doing the business for us, there'd be no reason to shove him aside, I don't think.
Right. So my next question to be then, if Graham Dorrans did manage to get back to his full fitness and perform the way we know he can perform, would you still go for Stephen Davis if that is what we're going to do?
I certainly would.
Would you, mate? Okay, fine.
Just because you said, Jimmy, the point you made about we might not see him back in the Rangers jersey again, you know, and you could be right, Jimmy. Maybe that is the case. Maybe.
What were you, JFK? Are you intimating you wouldn't go for Stephen Davis?
No, I would. I was asking Rudy, because the way Rudy was and me were talking there. Yeah, I certainly would still go for Stephen Davis. I think if you had Stephen Davis and Graham Dorrans there in that midfield there, whether they were playing together or competing for places, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Exactly.
No, I'd still go for Stephen Davis at Oxford. It was just the way Rudy was saying there, we're talking there, and that's why I asked the question. I would enhance the squad that way, and if Graham Dorrans comes back, the player we know he is, and we do eventually maybe bring in Stephen Davis, I think we've got the makings of a good midfield, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Brad? What's your thinking?
Well,
I mean, I know it's a bit different. That's where the football players go. So you might struggle with it a bit, you know.
No, I think Dorrans would be a fantastic player for us if he got himself fit. He'd be the one that would link. I think he'd probably link better than Arfield does, and I think Arfield does quite well. But as we were saying earlier, that we seem to have a surplus of players of a similar ilk in midfield. But the truth of the matter is, right now we don't, because some of the players, the manager obviously doesn't fancy them, and I mean Rossiter and people like that. I don't know if Rossiter.
Last week.
I know, pal. I know that he's given them a chance, and I don't know if you're going to see very much of Rossiter. So Rossiter might be the one. He gets an odd chance here and there. He might just never make it. It's as simple as that.
But you don't think like Sir Rossiter, Koulibaly, McCrory and Jack are all very similar though?
I'm saying that there is a similarity, but some of them may just not make it in our team again. I don't know, but I'm thinking that I would love to get Dorrans back in. I think he would be a fantastic addition to our midfield.
Yeah,
Koulibaly, I quite like Koulibaly. A lot of folk don't like him. He doesn't.
Oh mate, his game awareness, his control. He's athletic, mate. I mean, he's athletic. I'll give you that, mate. But his touch, his control, and his game awareness is very poor.
Right, you're absolutely right. I understand that. But I think a person like Dorrans, who could control the game and be the central figure, so that when people like Koulibaly get the ball and start to run, there's the man you want to give it to. Give it to him, you know. Because
what we've been saying here for weeks, guys. I mean, we need a ball winner in the midfield, and we don't have that. You know, so that's where Stephen Davis or obviously Graham Dorrans. That's the type of player we're looking for. We're looking for a bit of guile and somebody who's no frightened in the midfield, and they two guys fit the bill. So we don't have anybody actually in the team that knew that is actually doing that. So that's where we need to hope that come January, February, that maybe Graham Dorrans becomes a fit player again, and we'll see what happens regarding the Stephen Davis situation. But no, our midfield's just getting flooded. We're not coping with things in midfield now, and we've not got a ball winner in there that can link the central defence with the attack, and we certainly do need that.
I thought Graham Dorrans done all right last night in that role, Jimmy.
He did all right. I agree with you.
Without being brilliant, but considering he's not played since September, I think he's done all right. The boy, he's got a great attitude.
Yep, I agree with you there, Ox. He did. I thought he performed well in that area. Yep, he did. You know, but long term, I don't think that's going to happen from if the gaffer's got other ideas. But you never know. He might persevere and play McCrory on Sunday again, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I agree with you. I thought he had a reasonable game last night, young McCrory. Yep, definitely.
I think I'm. See, a lot of you guys really like McCrory. I have doubts about him, but I'm not under any illusions. He needs time on the park. Yeah. He needs to be able to do the right things on the park. And I noticed last night, it was a couple of times, he ended up getting himself injured by, I don't know whether it was his endeavour or he got caught out a couple of times with the same player. So I don't know whether there was a bit of needle going on and they were getting to each other or what. But that's, to me, he's a danger to himself sometimes. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. He seems to kind of lunge.
Enthusiastic.
Exactly, yeah.
He's a young boy learning his trade. I think we forget how young he was, but he done okay, Rudy. He wasn't fantastic, but he done okay.
I agree with you. I thought he did okay. I said that last night as well.
Would you guys think he's a better player than... Sorry, pal, sorry.
Considering, as you say, had they played much football recently in the last couple of months or so, you know, I done really well. Big game for the boy to come back in as well. And it's like you say, he's young, he's still learning his trade. He needs more game time, in my opinion. You know, he's enthusiastic, but Bridgeman, it's a good point, Bridge mates, because he does tend to sort of try and get you selling for tackles that he shouldn't really. Maybe he's not going to make the tackle, but his enthusiasm gets the better of him. He's wanting to do well for Rangers. He's wanting to play well. So he chucks himself into things, you know. And it's not always a good thing, you know. If you get yourself sent off because of daft challenges, then like he did against St Mirren, you know, that's you put your team down to 10 men, you know, so you're affecting the team in a negative kind of sense there. But as far as last night goes, I think he played well enough, you know. I didn't really have much problems with him last night, Ox, to be honest with you.
Sorry, Bridge, you were coming in there, mate.
No, I was just going to ask you guys, I mean, we were just mentioned Ryan Jack. I think Ryan Jack's a brilliant defensive mid, and I would rather he was a defensive mid than an attacking or a forward mid, personally speaking. So it's a choice to me. It's a choice for me, a choice between young McCrory and Ryan Jack for a defensive mid role. And I was going to ask you guys what you think. Who would be the better defensive midfielder? In your opinion?
Me personally, it's simply just down to experience for me more than anything else, Bridgeman. I think I would have to go with Ryan Jack 9 times out of 10 at the moment. But I still think McCrory has it as well, though. He's just younger and less experienced than Ryan Jack is, you know. Ryan Jack's had the experience of being captain at Aberdeen, you know, he's played international football, all that type of stuff. You know, so, and he's verging on, Ryan Jack's verging on being one of the sort of older players, but more experienced and mature players, you know. I know even though he's still quite a fairly young player. So I think you'd have to go for Ryan Jack, really. If you're going to choose between the two, it would be Ryan Jack for me.
Can I ask you who is the better defensive midfielder, or who's going to be, Bridge?
I would suggest that Ryan Jack would be the midfielder, defensive midfielder for Rangers. I think he's only in his mid-20s, and I think he's a fantastic player. Got a great engine in him. He's solid. He goes on about his job. He's got one big problem, in my opinion. Playing in Scotland, the referees don't like him, and you see him getting booked and sent off too many times. That might be his fault. I don't know, but I don't think so. It's just sad for me. A kind of victim. To me, he's a kind of victim, but he's a wonderful player, very skillful. But you can't expect him to run 60 yards with the ball at his feet. I don't think you can anyway. We need, if we're going to have a midfielder, the defensive mid's got to be able to have an out ball to a Koulibaly if you're going to play him, or an Arfield. I mean, Arfield and Dorrans would be two really good midfielders, or a Stephen Davis that Ryan Jack could get the ball and give. Because we need somebody to stand in front of the defence.
All right, so it's about getting this blend then, GFK.
I agree with the Bridgeman saying. I mean, it's all about experience, you know. And Ryan Jack's got that experience. He's I've known a player who's been playing. Well, that's nearly a full season he's been playing that position for us. You know, if you look back, young Ross last night, there was a boy that Murg. He man-marked him last night in the game, and he done really well in the job he was good. But what Rudy said earlier on, I just think that Ross McCrory hasn't got the game time now, and that will come for him. But if I had a choice, it would always be Ryan Jack at the moment. I see him as a future Rangers captain as well, and I just think that he will come on to a game. The boy McCrory's got a lot of talent, and it depends what way that he wants to go. I mean, he's got 2.5 years left. He's got this season and another 2 after this, his contract, and I hope he stays at Rangers, because I think he will turn out to be a good player. But for me, 100%, I've got to go with Ryan Jack as the best out of the two. But McCrory will come good, guys. I've no doubt about that.
I agree, Jimmy. I agree.
Well, you know that some of the guys, and I think one not so far away from us at the moment, has said that he reckons that Ross McCrory will be Rangers right back. So it could be there.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I will.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it. Some of the guys. I personally think that Ross McCrory he will always be a sort of a backup to the central defence, the midfield, central midfielder, the defensive midfielder. Sorry. Look, the last game he played against St Mirren, he got sent off. He was absolutely fantastic. He was stroking the ball about all over the park, making everything happen, pushing the midfielders forward, and that was wonderful. He was in that range of 20, 30 yards for his own box, you know. That's exactly where he wants to play. And he was the man. The ball came out, got to him, stuck at his feet, and he moved it and pushed it around. And I don't know if he'll ever get the chance to play like that again. I really don't know.
Good point.
That's the trouble, mate, with silly challenges and discipline. Get you at the team, and if the team kicks on, you can lose your place, Rudy.
You certainly can. I mean, we've seen that, haven't we? So you have to be careful. I mean, we've already said it on numerous occasions. You know, Rangers and Rangers players are refereed to a different standard in this country. I mean, some of the stuff that Ryan Jack's been booked from centre-half has just been utterly laughable. I mean, you go back to last season, 4 sending-offs, 2 of them were rescinded. And a third one should have been rescinded, but the SFA just couldn't stomach rescinding a third one, you know. Some of the bookings are just, they're laughable when you see what other players get away with. But they have to know that, they have to understand that, and they've got to be really careful about what they're doing. So it's a fine line, Ox. They have to be careful about competing, but they still have to compete. They can't be pushed about, certainly not in the midfield. They can't be pushed about in the midfield, but it's a fine line, treading that fine line because of the refereeing that goes on in this country.
I agree with that 100%. We've got to be extremely careful. We've said this in the past, we're no fools. But when you sit at Ibrox, and that's one of the reasons why when I come out of Ibrox, I can't make too much comment, because I'm the type of guy, I see something and I think, was I seeing the right thing? And I like to ask you guys who are maybe watching it on the TV, because you get that multiple angles. And the amount of times that I've said I thought such and such, and you guys have said, nah, it was onside or he was offside or whatever. It was near enough the opposite to what I thought. And, you know, because that's the way it is, you're only seeing it in sort of
That's
two
because you're
Ds.
biased and we're no.
Well, there's that as well, of course.
And that's what's wrong with Fitba now, Bridge. You know, I'll use this phrase. Old heads like us, Bridge. Television's ruined it for me. Coming out the game and talking about the game, and in the pub talking about the game, you seen it live, and you get your angle, and you seen it, and you might never see that happening again. So you're entitled to your opinion, mate, and that's what it's all about. But the television for me it's kind of, it's a microscope thing now. Everything's all examined now, and you know, coming out the game, we all talk about how this happened and that happened, and then we all get home and we see it on the television and we digest it. And for some people that is good, but for me, sometimes I think, no, I've always think that you're better watching football in the flesh, and that's the way I like to watch my football. I hate watching it in the telly, but I do, obviously. But no, you're right, Bridge. You know, you see something and it doesn't stick with you. So say what you see, as they say, and that's the way it is. And
you know, we'll be joined by Roy Walker, Rudy.
Easy. Jimmy, what do you think of VAR then?
VR, no for me. No, I just think it interrupts football too much, stops it. You know, I'm a hater of American, what do you call it? They call it football. They play with a rugby ball and they call it football. It stops and starts and all that carry on, and nah, that's no for me. You know, that's no football for me. That's to do with all commercialism, as far as I can see. It's to make the bigger clubs lose, to give them the better decisions. For me, football's the 90 minutes or the 93 minutes, 94, whatever it is that you play on the day. VAR's no for me. I agree there should be a better panel regarding video evidence should be used better for sending offs, and I know there's a compliance officer, but it's not used properly, and it seems to go against us all the time. But VR's not for me, Rudy. I don't think it's. I might be wrong, but Scottish football will have it anyway. It costs £10,000 a game. There's no chance it's going to happen in Scottish football. Never.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go on. I thought you were a modern man, JFK. Of course you can, Bridge.
Well, can I just say that in all honesty, I'm desperate for it to come in. And one of the main reasons for it is it'll give the referees the help that they require. And this bad refereeing, particularly against the Rangers, it will cut out any, shall we say, any feelings that we've got that the whole world's against us type thing, particularly referees. And the only thing that I hope it does when it does come in is that it shows the referees up for the incompetence that they are. However, I have to say I'm desperate for it to come in, because I think it'll be a great benefit to our club, and it'll take away a lot of these bad decisions that go against us, particularly sending offs when they aren't sending offs. I mean, I mean that sincerely. We've had a whole raft of them way back from Halliday, pumping his fist in the middle of the park, and he's getting done for incitement to all intents and purposes.
Roy Walker now we've been joined by Hughie Green.
Well, it's true.
But Bridge, VAR's not going to look at that.
Well, it will do. I think it will.
How will it? No, it's not.
Because it'll look at all controversial incidents.
No,
it'll look at bookings. It'll look at sending off.
Bridge,
and it'll look at
look
goals.
at everything.
No, Bridge. The VAR is set up for obviously a lot of the leagues in Europe out with us have got the goal line technology where is it
That's
over?
not VAR, but
no, right.
No, that's true.
But VAR is just that kind of step. Was it a penalty? Was it offside?
Yeah.
Did that goal count? He put the ball in the net, but did he? Because it was offside, or what zone was he in? Blah blah blah. If Andy Halliday starts getting people a Vicky, VAR's not going to dent for that.
No, I'm pointing out the problems that we've encountered. Right? Are you saying that VAR doesn't look at sending offs? Is that what you're telling me?
It doesn't look at sending offs.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Right, okay then.
It doesn't look at sending off. It looks at goal. Is it a goal? You know, is that offside? That's what VAR's for. It's not. You never see VAR being put in the middle of the park about a tackle. The referee makes a decision about the tackle, and that's it. And then it's decided by a panel later on.
Yeah, I understand what VAR does. All I'm saying is that it's what it does. I was thinking it would help us because some dreadful decisions have been made against Rangers.
No,
but even if it looks at goals and offsides, well, we know there's been a load of goals that we've scored that have been chalked offside. So we would get those goals.
Rangers have had 5 goals disallowed this season.
That's exactly what I'm meaning, yeah.
4 of them were perfectly good goals. 4 of them. And some of the goals are in big matches. You know, I mean, you can go back to the Spartak one where Alfredo scores his goal, makes it 4-2 just before half-time, chopped off. You know, that for me could have changed the whole outlook of that game for us, you know. I'm keen on it, I have to say. You know, I had my doubts about it before the World Cup. And it wasn't until, you know, I saw it in action at the World Cup, you know. There were several incidents in games that I watched that the ref and the linesman between them got the decision wrong, and they went to VAR and corrected the decision for me. I think anything at all that helps some of the absolute bam-pottery refereeing that we see in this country,
absolutely.
I think it's got to be a good thing, Jimmy. I think I'm with Bridge. I think it's got to be a good thing.
You know, Rudy, can I just say, you know the goal that Lafferty scored there, and it wasn't a goal, if you follow what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was obviously onside. Obviously onside. That is the type of thing we have to stamp out of our game. That's an absolutely disgraceful decision. Disgraceful.
Aye.
Sorry.
But you've got to remember, what about Fred's goal against Hearts? So that would have been chalked off.
Yeah, absolutely. No complaints.
So
no
for
complaints.
Me, I'm not complaining about that. I mean, for me, that's what football should be all about. It's no cheating. Like, the referee's made a mistake, the linesman's made a mistake. Okay, we're all up in arms about it and we can all scream and shout about it. But that's it. That's what football's all about. For me, when they start tinkering with that, I think, well, that's like stopping the game all the time. Was that offside? Was he in the play?
Because you're standing offside doesn't mean you're cheating. I mean, when we were playing that last game there for Cherry, I'm saying to Rudy, get back. He says, I'm getting back as quick as I can.
No, it's a good discussion. The VAR obviously will change the game the way that we've all watched it, guys. You know, I'm talking as an old head watching the football, and I just think that I want to go and watch 90 minutes of football. Now, although there's a decision I'll go against my team, I don't like it.
Jimmy. You can love that. You like the debate. You like the debate.
I love the debate, Oxdear, and that's what football's all about. No, what we're going to sit here and debate about in years to come about that VAR was wrong or that VAR was right. You know, that I don't want that.
Jimmy, can I also follow up on this? I think that we should go, Rangers I'm talking about now, I think the club should go all the way. And when VAR comes in, our big screens in the stadium should be linked to what the decisions are, what they're looking at, so that we see the replays in the stadium, so that the fans know what's happening, what the decisions are, and what the justification for the decision is.
But
to me, that'd be great.
no club in Britain does that, Bridge.
I never said they did. I'm saying
No, but it's been
we should be
discussed.
doing.
It's been discussed that they're allowed to show the football as it's going live, and then when there's a incident that could be deemed inflammatory, then they just go to an advert or something, or it's not allowed to be shown. And I agree with that. I don't want to be. I want to go and see my 90 odd minutes of football. I don't want all this rubbish about VAR. Look, guys, it'll never happen in Scotland. The Scottish football cannot sustain £10,000 a game for televised games. It will never happen unless we start getting bigger crowds in Scotland and Sky or whoever come in and put mega bucks into your game. It's only going to happen in England next season because of the money that's going in there. It'll never, ever, ever happen in my lifetime in Scotland. I can guarantee that.
Jimmy, did Sky did they know sort of hint at making an offer to fund VAR in Scotland?
BT it was.
Was it BT, right?
BT.
Okay. Right.
They were trying to get their wee finger in the pie because they ended up getting bumped, as we know. So they were saying, we'll supplement it for a season, but the SPFL knocked them back.
Well, can I just say,
when the controversial decisions come on the big screens, we could do a sure advert, Old Spice and that beautiful perfume.
Aye.
You get it?
No,
You see how that?
so
See what I've done there?
Hey,
that should be linked.
hey,
That
that's
should be
a
linked
gimme.
directly into the stadium. All the fans deserve to see what the referees, what's been going on. What's VAR's been called. This is what they're looking at. There's a decision finished.
They didn't even do that in the World Cup, mate. They didn't even.
No, I'm not saying that they did. That's what I would like to see.
All right, you
I'd
like the
to
old
see-
American football bit where the guy goes and explains it and that stands in the middle of the park.
There you go. Why not?
And the game would last about 4 hours, but you would think you're chippy and
It'll be a lot slicker. It would be a lot slicker within a few
wouldn't
weeks.
But
You-
the day
what do
at
you think?
rugby, though, they show you on the screens. I've been at Murrayfield and they've showed you, it's went to the video judge and it actually shows you the incident, if it's a
Absolutely.
knock-on or whatever it happens to be that's getting looked at. They show you it repeatedly over and over again from different angles while the video judge is making his decision, and then it takes him a few seconds, then he notifies the referee what the decision is, I don't see it being that big a hindrance. I get where Jimmy's coming from. It's a kind of two-pronged thing for Jimmy.
He's a wrong timer, Jimmy.
Aye, of course. Jimmy still wants to be able to debate incidents that's happened in
Aye.
the game and all that, but he doesn't want the game getting stopped too often. I mean, who wants to watch a bitty game where you're stopping every 3-4 minutes for an incident? So I can see that. I can understand where Jimmy's coming from. I just think the standard of refereeing in this country is absolutely shambolic, and I think anything that helps that, Jimmy,
I would agree with you with that, Rudy, till last night. I thought that referee was as bitty as anything we've watched in Scotland.
Another thing, guys, that if and when VAR comes in, it'll stop the dependence on BBC sports scene and their judges. They sit there and they make their mind up what incident is going to go before the compliance officer. That's what happens. That's what happens in Scotland. The highlights programme from the BBC is the judge and jury to all intents and purposes. And you're getting people like Michael Stewart turning and saying, I'm telling you, that was a penalty. No, it wasn't a penalty, blah, blah, blah. No, I'd rather have independent people.
Right, so we're
adjudicating
not going to stand in the pub after the game and argue about that VAR decision was right or wrong, Bridge.
Well, I'll do that if you want. I don't think that'd be worth it, would it?
But that's it, mate, because at the end of the day, we've all been going to see football for a long time, and the beauty of going to see the game is that whether the referee got it right or wrong, was it offside, was it no offside, was it a penalty, was it no a penalty, was it a handball, was it no handball, did he bang him with a boot there, did they kick him in the face? I could go on and on and on. You're going to take that away from football.
Oh,
I thought you said it was only certain incidents. I thought you said it was only certain incidents.
I'm talking in a general term.
Yeah.
I want to go into the pub or wherever I'm in with my friends or my family and talk about football in general, about the game. But hey, by the way, what about the VAR the day? God's sake, that referee was shite today, but the VAR got it right.
What you saying, Rudy?
I'm sorry I asked, mate.
No, I have to say,
I've been working hard all week. I've just been catching up on my kip, you know.
as far as I'm concerned, I can't. The very first thing that should come in is goal line technology. Every club should be forced to put in goal line technology.
I nearly agree with you, Bridge. The first thing I would take away from referees is timekeeping. There's no reason in the modern game. There's about 10 of them in the park, 4th officials, 5th and 6th referees. The man in the middle shouldn't have timekeep in modern football. Just concentrate and get the decisions right. And you're right about the goal line technology. That's an easy fix. Anyway, if people want to join us and join this debate about this Click or Rangers Radio, I'm not sure, Rudy, is it?
Click. It's Click.
You can join us here. What's the number, Rudy?
It's 0141356 1972.
And Jimmy, if you've got that modern internet thing, what else can you do?
You can get us on Rangers Radio on Skype. And we don't have any VAR, so don't ask me again.
Well, you can always phone the BBC and ask for a replay.
I'm getting tears streaming down my face.
I can't believe he's missed that joke about the shoe it's old, but it's beautiful. But there you go, wasted. Oh, dear.
We'll talk about everything.
I think it's great debate. I think it's great debate. JFK puts up a really good case for the standard old-fashioned type punter going back into the pub and talking about the game. And what you're seeing when you look around you at the football is you'll see people with their mobile phones to see instant pundits telling us instantly or
I
comments.
You, Bridge. I messaged you, didn't I?
I'm saying that, so it's there that people do contact each other.
When there's been an offside or something, I'll message Bridge at the game and say that was a goal. How many times we've done that, Bridge? A few times, haven't we?
Indeed.
So you don't
don't be funny when I say I believe that modern technology we should be using and we should be bringing modern technology into the game, modernise it as we go. It shouldn't take that much time, so it'll be similar to a rugby game. Just as Rudy says, you should be able to. Everybody must buy into it. Just go and do it. The referee's undecided, or someone tells him.
You're pouring this on.
Right, okay.
About the Rangers, right?
Right, go on then.
Right. You're a modern man, and he's old-fashioned. That
Can I just throw in there about the rugby? I used to be a hooker.
Well, don't say too much about that, Jimmy.
Aye. Didn't earn a lot.
He was a good all-rounder.
Aye.
Shocking.
Anyway, we move on. What are we talking about? Rudy, I've lost the plot here.
Goal line technology, please.
No.
Right, okay,
put
we'll
this in the bin. Put that script in the bin. Right, so we move on. We're looking forward to Sunday's game. I'm looking forward to being there. Hopefully see the Bistro Bridge, man.
Oh, yes, that'd be brilliant.
So, I think if you just want to get on mute, we'll maybe get an idea of the mood in the camp and if there's any injuries, if Mr. Gerrard. And then we'll hear from the voice of reason, Mr. Fox.
Well,
I'm not sure who got him in the Secret Santa. I think All School Blue get him. I get you, Rudy, by the way, just like you know.
Smashing. Thank you.
Can I just say you've got it too neat towards the tunes, mate. You'll need to go.
Is that the time with them talking about their blooming?
Aye.
VAR and
that's that JFK. He does it all the time.
Sure. Right, okay, we'll go and mute. We'll have a tune for your Fox.
No, you've got a couple of minutes yet. Do you not got a cloak down there?
What did you say if I not got a what?
A cloak?
Oh, right, I see it's only 5:10 here.
Oh, I didn't realise the time. Right, get back onto the goal line technology then.
Right, Fox, strap him. Enough's enough. How are you, Fox? How are you feeling after last night, mate? Have you you're quite fair in your assessment of the match. How did you see it?
Well, it was a good wee run we had in Europe, mate. I enjoyed the experience of it, and we just have to move on now. It's in the past, and look forward to see what we can do at the end of the season, mate.
Can I just make a wee point about last night, Ox?
As long as it's not about VAR, goal line technology.
No,
right, carry on.
I won't make that mistake again. I see the social media the other day was full of praise by the police in Vienna for the Rangers fans. Their conduct, praised them, thanked them, for their understanding and, and their help and everything, and, policing the city and how everything went, and congratulated the Rangers fans. That was a really nice touch by the Vienna police, I thought,
Oh, that'd be plastered all the Scottish press, Jay.
Well, you'd think so. You'd like to think so anyway, wouldn't you?
So there was no missiles thrown at a player like last night?
No, there didn't seem to be.
Was that anywhere in the Scottish press?
No, that I've seen.
You might find it under one of their big cars.
It was on the news. It was on the news, guys.
Oh, was it?
It was on the news tonight, aye.
There you go then,
I was very surprised.
No, but I thought that was a nice touch, Ox, for the Vienna police, thanking the Rangers fans, commending them and their conduct and everything, We would very rarely get that type of thing from when we go away abroad, We should do it because we've got a great support, So it was a really nice touch, I thought, by the Vienna police to come out and say that.
Got we've been joined by a caller, evening caller. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, lost him. Aye, great, fantastic. Aye, I've heard nothing but good reports for the trip, mate.
Yep.
And apart from the colours of that team, I think the two sets of support seem to be going well, even at Ibrox, their support was...
They were doing a bit of babying in Vienna, apparently. There's loads of stuff on social media, sitting talking together, drinking together and all that. It looked like one big party. Looked like a really good night away. Just a pity about the final result. But as Fox said, that's gone now. We can park that up for a while, and get on with something else now.
I wouldn't fancy a Rapid Vienna scarf right enough, you know what I mean?
No, I think if one of my mates had brought me one back, I'd be chucking it back at him. Aye.
What do you think, JFK?
A Rapid Vienna scarf. No, I know. I'm going. No, I better not say that.
They need to change their colours, JFK. They need to change their colours.
It'd even burn my arse.
I can win that gift. I spent a few quid in that for you, Rudy, but I can forget about
that. Dear me.
It's looking like a fridge magnet.
Is that a used one?
Oh, dear. Aye, well, that was fantastic. I mean, it looked a good atmosphere, the game, and that stadium only held 28,000. Was it only me that it seemed to look bigger than that? It looked a bigger stadium than that, didn't it?
Aye, it did, aye.
First time it's been full. It's only 3-year-old. First time it's been full.
It did look bigger than that, and good atmosphere in the ground, eh?
Yeah, I think it was. Both sides, both supports were singing their heart out all night. Brilliant.
A couple of friends of mine, they never got tickets for the game. That they watched it in a local hostelry, about 5 miles away from the ground. So they said it was cracking atmosphere. Everybody was getting on with everybody. Didn't matter who you were, a Blue Nose or a Rapid Vienna fan. Everybody got on, and that was great. See, all the negativity they're doing about different things that the Gers fans when they follow. And it was good to see last night. Everybody said the police was great with them. They said that it was a fantastic trip. They come back tonight and they said it was absolutely fantastic. So very pleased about that. Very pleased.
Yeah.
All right, lads, get yourselves on mute. We've reached that time. Now, he's told me, he's given me a nudge. Mr. Fox, I'm all right now. He asked for a tune. All grumpy. So get yourself on mute with a tune for your Fox.
From a guy so young to Glasgow City they come, seeking fortune and a new way of life. How could they know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, and here's how it goes. Had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, no your Rangers flags. Sing with your heart and voice. Celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Fullers had a dream, start a football team. They have no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on, The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Fullers had a dream, start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
Oh, great tune that, Bridgeman. Great tune.
Absolutely. One of the more modern classics. A classic.
A remixed JFK.
Remix.
You've spun a few tunes in your day, boy.
I have, mate, aye. I was the DJ
Braggart.
of the decade that year, aye.
DJ of the decade.
I was a DJ party for a lot of...
He caused a few babies to be born with his tune selection, that man.
As long as it's only my tune I was using.
Can I just compliment all the guys in the lobby for the dancing? Some of them were absolutely superb, particularly Al McJair. Thought he was excellent tonight.
I think he must start getting ready for the dancing at 6 o'clock at night, Al
I think he does, actually. He's got it all done.
I don't know if he said last night, guys. I've not had a chance to listen to the last night's show, but do you know that Rangers have started up a smoking area? Do you know? No. As from this Sunday, the Hamilton Accies game at Ibrox, so there's a smoking pilot scheme happening at the Sandy Jardine end of the ground. Rangers are going to try it for this game only. And what will happen is that the following exits will be used for the pilot of smokers. The Sandy Jardine front, gate 43 and gate 49 for the Sandy Jardine rear. So the front is 43 and 48.9 for the rear. And designated areas have been set aside for all those who enjoy a smoke. Me, I think it's about time that something was done because the toilets at Ibrox are an absolute shambles. Can't get a breath, going for a shit or a piss at half time.
God almighty, JFK.
Well, I've got asthma. Bridge, I've got asthma and I can't go into the toilet at half time.
Yes, well, that's better. It's just terminology. There was a wee bit off.
Well, you know what I mean.
We know what you mean.
I know it's a family show, but I just thought, no, but Rangers it's official, it's on the Rangers website that we're starting a project this Sunday against Hamilton Accies, and the following exit gates will be opened. Sandy Jardine front, gate 43, Sandy Jardine rear, gate 49.
The time you nip out for a fag, you'll miss off again.
Well, you see a lot of guys doing it in the pubs, don't they? They all jump out and that, yeah. Oh, Christ. Anyway. So, hey, Bridge, for your, I was away to try and do a number one or a number two.
Behave yourself now, behave yourself.
Okay. Not the other one.
No, I think
Talking about number one.
Oh, here we go.
Get yourself in mute, and we'll hear from our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, back to domestic duties this weekend. Hamilton, your thoughts on that game?
It'll be another tricky test for us. You know, we've had a tough week in terms of results. So the idea from our point of view is to try and get back to winning ways. I think getting a win is always a nice feeling. I think it creates a bit of calmness around the place. So it's a very important fixture for us, and the plan's to go and get 3 points.
Given what you said there, and we spoke before a couple of weeks ago about this period before the winter break, is it important now that you put a consistent run of results together? Yeah, of course. You know, there's 5 games to go, and we want to try and win as many of them as we can to put ourselves in a decent place going into the winter break. We've got some difficult fixtures coming up, but I think it's important to focus on the one that's next, and that's Hamilton. And I think it's always important when you've had a little tricky spell, when emotions are running high in the dressing room and on the terraces and in the media. I think it's important that you get back to winning ways, and then I think everyone can be calm and look forward to the fixture after. You always said while you were in Europe you wanted to be in and about at the top of the table. How do you assess that now of where you are and what you want to do? Well, I think 8 days ago maybe we were in a fantastic place. The last 2 results in the league have been disappointing. I think our performances have been frustrating. So we're obviously 7 days after being in a fantastic place. We're not too happy where we're sitting. So I think the main thing for us is to try and get 3 points on the board, and then see where we are and assess it again. But I think when we were sitting top 7-8 days ago, I said we wouldn't get carried away, we'd remain humble, and we knew there was a lot of hard work to do. That hasn't changed. But the Hamilton fixture becomes very, very important, so it's very important the players understand that. Just following on from what you said last night about recruitment in January. I know a couple of weeks ago when you were asked, you said you would expect to make signings but maybe not wholesale changes. Have you changed your opinion? No, I don't think it'll be wholesale. Recruitment here always continues all the time, whether the window's open or not. Obviously we're approaching a window, and if there's an opportunity for us to bring a player in or a couple of players that'll improve us and help the current players that are here, we'll always try and make that happen. But we won't be making wholesale changes. That won't happen. We don't need to. Wholesale may be the wrong phrase. You maybe need to bring in more than you thought you might have had to bring in. In terms of volume, I'm not sure on that. I think it's quite clear though, moving forward in the big picture, if we're got ambitions to compete on a European level in terms of the Europa League and get out of groups, or push to challenge Celtic. Of course, it's important that we always trying to identify quality players and players that can help move us forward and take us to the next level. Stephen, you mentioned last night that Ovie Ejaria was a little bit unsettled and hadn't travelled. Have you spoken to him? I haven't had the chance just yet, so we've got an afternoon session. I've not long walked through the door, hence the uniform. I will be speaking to Ovie today, and I'll also be speaking to Liverpool today, and then we'll discuss Ovie Ejaria, and then we'll decide what's next best for the player. Just a little bit of background about that. Is this something that came about very recently? Has this been an ongoing thing for maybe the last couple of weeks? Can you just give us a bit of insight into it? In terms of Ovie, how he's feeling, no, it's quite recent. I've been made aware of it, very recent, and so Liverpool. But I'm yet to have a decent conversation with Ovie on it. Only had a quick chat with him a few days ago. You know, and he didn't seem in the right frame of mind to travel to Austria, so I had to make that decision for the benefit of the group. And I'll see where Ovie is today when I chat with him. Just to rule it out, obviously this week Lee Griffiths has stepped aside from football for personal reasons. Is this a purely football basis? This isn't anything to do with Ovie's outside of football? Well, I'll have a chat with Ovie today, and you know, Ovie's a quiet kid. He doesn't give you much, so we're going to try and, you know, get inside Ovie and see how he's feeling and see why he's unsettled, and then we'll go from there. What do you think your players have learnt over this European experience that they can take forward and use for the rest of the season? Well, I think they've done the supporters and the club very proud. I think if you consider where the European adventure was 12 months ago, you go out the first qualifying round, it's a part-time team. I think if you forward that on 12 months you're going toe-to-toe with Spartak Moscow, Villarreal and Rapid Vienna, who've all got a lot of more European experience than us over the past few years. I'm very proud of the effort and the commitment the players have give, and we need to learn and grow from that experience and come back again stronger. We've all loved the journey. I know the fans have. Of course they'll be frustrated and disappointed today, but I can assure you we'll do everything we can to come back again.
And feeling that hurts at the end of it, does that show maybe how far Rangers have come?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's quite mixed, my emotions. I'm very proud, I'm very happy with what I've seen. I think we've competed extremely well. I think at times we've looked better than teams that, you know, spend an awful lot more money than us. I've got an awful lot more experience than us. We've actually looked better at times. I think again last night for 80 minutes we performed very, very well. But we were in a situation, and we put ourselves in a situation where we had to be bold and roll the dice, and unfortunately it backfired. The learning from it is, you know, can you put yourself in a better position when you come to the last game? So, you know, can we go to Spartak Moscow and get a draw rather than a defeat? When the game's in the balance at home, can we have that little bit more quality in the final third to get the win rather than come away with the point? And then that gets you through to the next stage, and that's progress, and you know that will be the aim for next year.
Is that something that comes then with experience?
Well, yes, you know, we've been together for 6 months. We're playing against teams that have been together for 2-3 years. They know each other inside out. They've had the experiences, and they've had the setbacks where they've grown and moved on. Celtic, for example, they scraped through last night, and they've done really well to get through. But they've been together for 2.5 years as a group. They've had setbacks in Europe, and they've learned from them and moved on, and that's what happens in football. So we aim to do the same, use the setback and the frustration to grow and improve. Hopefully by the time the next journey comes around, if we can perform well domestically, we'll be a better team, a better squad, we'll be more experienced, and we'll have better players with us.
And on that recruitment then, do you think the summer is probably the more important window?
Every window is important. Every single window. Every single player that we try and add to what we've got is vital. You know, the market we're in, it's important we try and get the right people here.
And do you believe you've got the support from the board then to get what you want in the squad?
The board have been very supportive so far. You know, we made wholesale changes in the summer. But I think the facts are we haven't spent a huge amount of money. You know, a lot of them have been loans and frees, and we've managed to purchase a few of them players. In terms of the amount of money what's available, I'm not too sure. I can't really comment on that.
Stephen, just looking at you personally, from when you started this European campaign to when you finish it, how do you feel you've grown as a manager as well?
It's not about me, it's about the team, it's about the group. My job is to try and improve the group, keep coaching them and making them learn and try and improve as a team. My personal experience is not really important.
Stephen, I'm always interested in your opinions about big games such as Liverpool, Manchester. What do you think about that one this weekend?
Well, I think Liverpool are going as favourites. Obviously being unbeaten in the league, they're in fine form. But we all know too well that Manchester United have got a manager that is very clever and very cute and knows how to frustrate and come very organised and can produce the unexpected at Anfield. You know, he's done it at Chelsea, which I know too well, and he's done it at Manchester United a few times when Liverpool have been the favourites. So it's not as straightforward as it maybe looks on current form. I think the first goal is so important. If Liverpool can get that first goal, I think it changes the whole dynamics of the game, and I think they'll win it comfortable if the early goal comes.
How's your team, sorry, for the weekend, anything?
No fresh injury problems. We've got a couple of kicks and bumps and bruises, but I think we'll be fine.
Go back, chaps.
Yep.
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 Can't believe it. Would you not hold enough? You never mentioned VAR once.
Maybe he thought I better know in case it kicks a rammy off on Rangers radio.
He's very honest in his assessment, as always, in my opinion. I think he accepts pretty much like us. we've done okay, and it's time to move on. Bridgman.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think that that door's closed now, the European side of it. Let's go on and do what we can do elsewhere. I think that the reporters were trying to drag him back in to areas that they wanted to talk about, and he managed to move it along quite nicely and emphasise the fact that, that's gone, we're going to move on. I think he was quite happy to talk about other things as well, particularly the young lad Ajaria. So there's obviously something going on there that a lot of folk on here had picked up on. They weren't 100% clued up on what was going on, but something's happened with the lad. So hopefully the senior management at our club and the folk, the coaches and Liverpool's input as well will help him out and help him go over whatever hurdle he's got. But well done, the manager.
You'll not be the first young lad in football to be homesick, Jimmy. I mean, look at you, you've moved away from God's country and you moved up north. You still miss home, don't you?
Of course I. No, I mean, I think that's why we've not seen the best of Jarry. I mean, he started off well for us, and maybe that's what's... he's unsettled for whatever reason, They try to make it different to the question that... why bring the Thumbhead into it in the conversation that is renting today with the likes of Thumbhead and Ajaria? Had nothing to do with it. But best of luck to whatever Ovi Ajaria does in his future. If it's going to be by Rangers, then that's fine. If it's no, then that's fine as well. But he's a young boy and he's maybe finding himself a wee bit lost. I know. I read reports that he's not happy with the physical side of the Scottish game. Some can handle it, some can't. If he can't handle it, then he's better off going back to Liverpool and playing tippy-tappy stuff down there. He's got a good platform here playing for Rangers, as we all know. He'll not get the chance to play in Europe every season. So, if he can't get his head together, then I would wish him all the best wherever he goes. But I'd like to see him stay at Rangers, him and young Kent. But definitely unfortunate. If he's no there next year, then you've got to let him go.
Rudy Baird will be joined by a great caller. On you go, Rudy.
A very honest interview again. Just, more or less the same as we boss said on the show since last night, since the result last night. But yeah, he's always very honest, Steven Gerrard. Very good with the media, isn't he? Handles them very well. As far as the Ajaria thing goes, if the boys' heart's not in it here, he's as well to go back to Liverpool. Frees up a space, doesn't it? In January, depending on what happens there with signings or whatever, might even get another loan in, for somewhere. If the boys, he's just a young guy, too. That's the thing, Maybe he's just not settled as well as they thought he would have done. I remember seeing Ryan Kent just a few weeks back before his injury on one of his interviews, and he was saying he was absolutely loving life at Rangers, and he was asked whether if there was a possibility for him to stay, would he? And he says, "Aye, definitely. If that can be, if that can be sorted, I'd be up for that." Jarry doesn't seem to have settled in as well as Ryan Kent has done. So, yeah, it's okay with me. If the boy's heart's not in it, it's fine for him to go back again. But Steven Gerrard's going to be very, very honest with everything he comes out with. They ask him a question, he answers it, unless it's something stupid, and he just moves them on. Fair play to him.
Yeah, we've been joined by the one and only True Blue. Evening, True. How we doing?
Hey, True.
Evening, True.
Evening, True.
Evening, boys. My Skype took about 10 minutes to come off mute there. How we doing? All right?
All right, pal.
All right,
nice to hear you, True. Nice to hear you.
Thanks, Bridge. I would chase Ajaria down the road right now.
Doesn't want to be there.
Who's he kidding about the game's physical? I watched the Hearts game there. They lost 4 goals in 7 minutes. The boy Zoom gets sent off for them. And I'm telling you, it was, honest to God, they got a red card for trying to take a tackle. It was nothing. Wasn't even a yellow. Sent off for it. The game's practically non-contact, so he's coming as part of it. The game's too physical. Who's he kidding? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So if he's not want to be there, the old adage, one bad apple, you don't want somebody like that in your dressing room, so he's got to go for me.
Could you tell us what you've heard, True?
I've not heard anything, Bridge, but the story is or what I've read and what I've heard in the radio and that is he's on about the physical side of the game. To me, he's never looked happy. He's never looked happy to me, you know.
Can I tell you what I heard, Drew?
Aye, go ahead.
I heard that he'd been showing up late for training, and the other day, a few days ago there, he showed up late once again for training. Just that apparently it's happened several occasions. He showed up again late the other day, and in front of the whole dressing room, Steven Gerrard absolutely tore strips off him.
Well, that's he's true that. You turn up, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
These boys are on money every week that we can only dream about. Your normal working class guy can only dream about. I don't think it's too much to ask him to turn up in time. I really don't. Particularly when the rest of the team are there and ready. It doesn't augur well for good spirit in the dressing room. So whatever it is, if that's his carry on, I'm sorry, he's got to go. That's why I look at it. And nobody bigger than our club, especially somebody that can't get into the Liverpool team and is up here to get first team football because he can't get it down there. You know, so he maybe needs taking down a peg or two, but that's my thoughts on it anyway.
Yeah.
I think if what Rudy said is right, then I think he's going to have a talk to the manager and they'll find out what they're going to do. Because you can't have somebody, a particular guy's on loan, just walking in and everybody else is sort of ready to start training and he doesn't even bother turning up type thing, you know. We'll do what I want to do. Sorry. Big Jock Wallace would have had him up and doing 25 sand dunes. Away you go. He'll come back to you knackered. Simple as that.
maybe the true word said in jest, mate. Maybe that's the trouble. They're too mollycoddled now, true blue.
Aye, definitely are, mate. Without a doubt, you know. They wouldn't have let them play in that pitch last night. I'll give my Cloyster's due. It's 20 years ago that was a bowling green. And it definitely was. You know, who are they kidding? You know, the pitch is nonsense. But as I say, you've got somebody like that doesn't want to be there, get them right out the door immediately. And I did hear he turned up late. It's happened a couple of times, Rudy, you know. My teacher used to say, get an alarm clock. Simple as that. And hold your hands up.
Here's 6 wee taps just to remind you to do it.
Aye.
Hold your hands up again.
Again. Every morning, every afternoon.
That was the thing.
UGFK, they should give the bogs out of the smokers and give the likes of yourself a bag.
There's modern football for you.
Aye, he can have a Forrest Gump at his leisure, then we put all of them.
Oh, well done, mate.
I've been in the Ducats with Fox and all Mac, and it's no pleasant, mate.
What a combination, aye.
Oh God, the mind's playing tricks now. I can't get out my head.
Near can Fox, I've rhymed the life out of him and all Mac.
But only I think. The Jarry, I think, I agree with True saying that, as I said earlier on. No, we doesn't want to be there, just tatty by, that's it, and we move on for that, you know. I mean, Scottish football is a hard game.
Let's not overcomplicate it. If he's not happy, go. Yeah,
exactly.
For everybody,
that's it. It's done and dusted. He'll not be there on Sunday, so let's concentrate on the guys that's going to be there on Sunday, and that's it first and foremost. Did you hear the result about the game yesterday? Did you talk about the young boys yesterday? 4-2 they won.
2-0 down. 17 minutes to go.
Andy Dallas. Couple of goals with Andy Dallas, brilliant. Showing your age there, showing your age, mate.
What tune is that?
I don't know.
I think we're doing the Dam Busters there.
The Dallas song, the Dallas tune.
What Dallas tune?
That's what Oxygen was written. The Dallas tune.
What is that?
Oh, for God's sake.
What's that?
Honestly, what is the Dallas tune?
Go on then, Briggs. You're the man with it.
No, Oxygen, I'll leave it to you. You're the expert. Come on.
No.
Come on, give us it. Come on, just say it. Put his mind at rest.
Don't even know what you're talking about.
Listen.
Who shot JR?
Who shot JFK?
Aye.
This show's becoming.
JFK, you're a
the voice of reason's joining one of the voice of reason. Get us back on track, please, George. Take George Bridgeman JFK away with you. George Logan, evening.
Hi, George.
All right, George, how you doing?
He's on mute.
He's on mute.
If you're going to keep it sensible, George, I'm the only one on you can talk to.
I tell you what, if George comes on and starts whistling the Bonanza tune, I'm picking up.
Me and Trey, we have as much luck as that little Joe.
Nice one, officer. Nice one.
Oh, God.
There you go. Well done, Foxy.
Yeah, get it.
Or indeed, was that George?
Definitely wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me.
George, how you doing, George?
How you doing, George?
Boys, all right. See what you're saying there about Via Jaria, by the way. No, that's a few times I've heard about him coming into training late and going to games late and things like that. No, see if that's the case. Just tell the lad not to bother coming back. If you're not jumping out your bed in the morning and you're at Ibrox or Murray Park early for what to play for this club, and he's only 19, 20-year-old. That's got to be like when he's 21 and 22, when he's playing me like a Bournemouth or a Newcastle, because that's where he's going to end up. Unless he stays at a team like Rangers and gets his finger out, he's never got to play with Liverpool or Rangers unless he does get his finger out. So unless he wants to just be one of these guys in the lower divisions of English football, knocking about there and never really doing anything with his game, he'll make an absolute fortune. Money I can only dream of, that's what he'll make. But he'll never ever play with a club like Rangers if he's got to be late every day and not really have a concern for the club. And if that's the way he's carrying on up here, Liverpool will take nothing to do with him either. So if that's the way he's doing, I'll just say, look, son, away you go. We didn't need you. And if he's coming in late for games and things like that, for training and things like that, and he's still getting in the first team, that's just got to be a bad apple in the dressing room. So that's just another reason to get rid of him. So if it's true what's happening, I would just get shot on the now and just say, look, son, your time's up.
I think you're forgetting, George. He goes in the main gate and then does 4 turns before he gets anywhere, and then another 2 steps and another couple of turns. So it takes him a while to get up to the dressing room.
It's about attitude, George, isn't it? Having the right attitude to play for Rangers, you know. And I think if what's the rumours, which seemed pretty strong. I mean, even the press hinted at in the presser a couple of weeks back. They asked Steven Gerrard if he had dropped a Jaria because he was late. He was late for training one day or something like that, and he denied it. He said no. He says no. It was for a European game actually, and he denied it. He said no. He says I wouldn't drop a player, you know, no for a European game, no for showing up late at training. But apparently it's happened. From what I've heard, it's happened several times now, and Steven Gerrard's just at the end of his tether with him.
If you're coming in late, Rudy, if all you guys are there every night at the same time, you're there at 5 to 9, ready to do your show. Foxy sent you all the emails. This is what we've got to talk about. And Bridgeman comes in at 9:05 every night, but he's getting the flare every night. Everybody start to get pissed off with it, and that's just maybe happening there. So see,
George, that's exactly what happens.
Well, I've heard rumours, so I shouldn't have maybe said too much. But that's what I'm saying. Ken, you didn't need that bad apple in your dressing room, especially when you've got a young team, guys, Rangers guy, like you're talking about wee boy Dallas and that, desperate to try and get in the first team, and there's rumours of this happening, so it's just bad for morale and bad for the squad. So I like the lad. Is he the best player I've ever seen? Of course he's not, but he's a good player, but we can't have folk like that at the team. Just move him on and give somebody else a chance that'll be willing to take the chance.
Do you know the thing is?
True blue.
You're dead right, George.
True. Can I say that? Is that maybe the advantage of the loan system instead of somebody having a 3-year contract?
I'm not a fan of the loan thing.
I know that, mate, but I'm just pointing out that maybe if we'd signed him in a 3-year contract, you're stuck with him.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, innit? But I think you've also got the choice to cut his wages or whatever. But George is dead right. Be a professional sportsman nowadays, I would think a fundamental requirement is being able to turn up in time, get out your kit in the morning. I want players that are bursting a gut. If a young player of 20 nowadays, they should begin in early, no late. They should begin in early, working on their game and everything they need to improve on. That's the way I look at it. And I want boys busting their gut. I want boys desperate to get into Ibrox every day because they're getting a chance of a lifetime. And I don't care if he is a Liverpool player. They're nothing to me.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah. Who was coming in there? I cut across somebody. I think it was Rudy, was it?
No, I was just going to sort of back up what George says, you know. For me, it's about attitude. If you've not got the right attitude to be at Rangers, if he doesn't realise the possibilities for him, you know, what could lie ahead for him if he works hard, you know, under Steven Gerrard and the coaching staff at Ibrox, then for me, I'm quite happy if he goes back to Liverpool. They can do what they want with him, really. We've got young players, as Drew's just said there, who'd absolutely burst the gut. And let's be honest about it, Obi Ajaria might be a half-decent player, but so far that's all he's showed he is. He's no genius on the ball, in my opinion, you know. I mean, you saw what he'd done the other night there, you know, for me. The game against Dundee, all that dancing about the edge of the 18-yard box and then just completely lost the ball, you know. So for me, you know, he scored 1 goal and he's had 2 assists, you know, and his time here for me, for what he's supposed to be, a midfielder, just no good enough for me. So, look, if his attitude's no right, get him out the dressing room, get him away. Simple as that.
Bridgeman. Bridge?
Sorry, boys, I was on mute there. Apologies. No, I think I agree with Rudy says, and George in particular, when he came on, very sensible stuff. It's things that we've said before. You either want to play for Rangers or you don't. Now, given that, we don't know 100% what's actually happened, and I take it I've got the greatest respect for our manager, so I'm going to leave it in his safe hands, shall we say, and he'll decide what's going to happen to the lad. I don't wish him any ill, but I do hope that he doesn't wish Rangers any ill. And if he doesn't, then he should be attending his work at the right time.
He's deleted
all simple as that.
Rangers stuff, Bridge, on social media. All his social media Rangers
Well,
stuff.
that's what I'm hearing. You're hearing things like that. Obviously, I'm not a member of any of these things, so I wouldn't know. But you're right. You see it on Follow. They say these things and tell you these things. Now, I don't know what it means, what all that means, whether in fact that's him ready to pack his bags and go anyway. I'm fed up, just let me go. Whether he's angling for a move back to Liverpool. Maybe he's got a young lady there that he wants back to see. I don't know. But really, it's sad. It's sad because there's a boy in the middle of a European campaign there, and he ends up he's unable to play because he's got a bad attitude or a poor attitude or he wants away. And I don't understand that. One of the biggest competitions in European football. And here we are, a chance to go through, and the young lad doesn't want to play for us. Something wrong.
Yeah.
It's strange, but if he's in a bad place, it's the best cup for everybody as far as I'm concerned. He goes back, we move on. JFK.
Definitely. I mean, if the boy's head's no there, then just let him go. You know, I'm the same as True. You know, he's a Liverpool player. You know, and if he feels that his head's no right for that, but is our biggest game of the season. So, well, let him go. No love lost. God, see, these young boys are in a privileged position, as True said. They're earning so much money now that they can just turn down and say, I don't want to play, I'm not going to get my bed. Stevie Gerrard dealt with it well. The question was asked a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, guys. Yep. Somebody asked him the question about Ajaria, and he dealt with it really well. He just said, no, as you said earlier on, Oxia, I'll no drop him there who's late or whatever he says for a European game. That's not the way I work. And he dealt with that really well. So if he doesn't want to be with the Rangers, just let him go. Simple as that, and that's it, done and dusted, and let's move on. Sunday's a big game for us now. Championships what we're about to win, and Ajaria's not going to be part of that.
Jimmy, does he not have to speak to Liverpool?
Who?
Does our manager have to speak to Liverpool about it?
There'll be clauses in the contract about conduct and all that. Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean, I've never put it out there, but everybody knows you're on a final written warning.
I would imagine that I think there's a good rapport there between Rangers and Liverpool, and I don't think even Klopp would be happy if Ajaria was acting the way it has been allegedly acting. So for me, it's a tatty bye, and let's go on with it. He's no longer part of the team squad, so let's go on with it. They're going back now.
It's a good point you make, Jimmy. If Steven Gerrard's on the phone on a regular basis to Liverpool, which he obviously will be, having Ajaria and Kent here, he'll be saying, look, his attitude's not right, he's not interested, he's not showing up for training on time, and when he goes back down the road again, I would imagine the staff down there will be saying to him, do you realise how stupid you've been, son, up there? Treating a club like that as badly as that. You're up there to show them what you're capable of doing, put yourself in the shop window or whatever the case might be, and you went up there with you've ended up with a rank rotten attitude. They've sent you back down here.
Would you like
on them,
Well, it has been stated that Rangers themselves have got somebody monitoring all our loan players to see how that they progress, wherever they may be. Yeah. No, so I would assume that Liverpool are the same, and there'll be reports going back and forward. So I wouldn't think that anything that Steven Gerrard's got to say is lies. He's going to have to tell it as it is, Rudy. Is that, look, this is what's happening. The guy's no turning up for training. That's no use to me. Blah 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 blah. So he's not going to be part of your plans. I would say tatty bye. And Jurgen Klopp down there's not going to be happy. Well, that's not the attitude of the player I want. And as Rudy True said, he's a Liverpool player, right? So where is he going to go after Liverpool reserves?
Well, he's just got a new contract. Right? Well, he's not one of your players, but it looks like the moving, so we've got to move on. Forget about him. It's all about the players on the pitch, True Blue. Yeah?
I think it's a pity because I believe he's a really good player.
It's far to the Steve Bridge. He's learning the game. True?
That sounded dead like Bridge there, didn't it?
True Blue. You're a shocker.
The way you throw your voice, True.
Aye, I know, aye. Somebody's asking who got a 10-gallon hat. That bag of JFK's would need to be a 10-gallon, wouldn't it?
Come on now. I'm asking him to talk to you. Feel it
need to be both sides of the saddle, True.
Right. Okay.
Right,
I'll speak to you in the bistro on Sunday, mister.
There's going to be a queue.
I forgot the question now. Oxford.
It's all about our players. He's gone. Move on.
Get him away. One of the other things is I would hate, if you were out somewhere working for somebody else, maybe in secondment or something like that, you certainly don't want any bad reports getting back to your employer. You really don't. I think he's one of the boys that could very easily throw his whole career away.
We've been joined by a caller, True. Evening, caller.
How you doing?
Who is it?
It's Stephen here, buddy.
How we doing, Stephen? All right, mate?
Aye, no bad, pal.
Aye.
First
time on the show?
Aye.
Right.
Just want your thoughts on how do you think we're going to do now that obviously that lot's still in Europe? Do you think that'll help us?
I don't think their 2 games will alter it much.
Sorry?
I don't think an extra 2 games for them will alter it much. I think what it'll do, it'll help us because we're not getting the experience to use it. Bridgeman?
Actually, I don't think it shouldn't, and I hope it doesn't make any difference to us from our perspective. If you're meaning, will it make them, shall we say, worse? I don't think so. I think they've proved they're quite resilient going forward. There's no, I mean, but we've got to replay them.
They're on the team I know to beat every time.
Oh yes, I know, pal, and absolutely pumped apparently as well, and still got through. So they're carrying a whole load of luck. All I was meaning was that they've got a resilient insofar as the number of players that they've got. We've got to play them on the 29th of this month, so that will make no difference to us insofar as their European campaign's concerned. That's what I'm meaning.
Good point.
JFK.
Nah, I'll not make any difference whatsoever. I mean, we've got to make sure coming up to the 29th against the puddle drinkers that we're there, win every game, and then hopefully beat them at Ibrox. Nah, I mean, they've got 2 games to play, whoever they may be against. That'll not make any difference. We need to make sure in January, whatever the gaffer does, if he strengthens the team fine for a push to win the 55, then that's more important. That we shouldn't be worrying about the puddle drinkers are doing. If they're another couple of rounds of Europe, so what? No, we need to make sure that we keep our house in order.
Rudy Bear?
I don't see it make much difference, Socks, to be honest. I think all we can do now is just concentrating what we have to do, getting our business right on the park now. For me, we need a good run now. We need to go on a good run. After the last couple of league results, which I think, in certain respects, we have been affected by performances that we've had to put in Europe, long trips and stuff like that. I don't see the next 2 games that they have to play, though, being I don't really see it affecting us. We just have to go on with it. Forget about the Europe now. Forget about them. Concentrate in the next 3 or 4 games that's coming up for us to the end of the season. To the end of the year. That's what we should be focusing on 100%, picking up as many points as possible between now until we meet them.
Here, Rudy. Here.
Yeah.
I think Stevie's got a point. I think it's, I feel we've been punching above our weight in Europe. It's like watching 2 different Rangers teams for me this season. You've been watching them domestic, slipping up here and there. You see them in Europe, they look like a European team in some of the results they're getting and all the rest of it. But I think us going out it, as Rudy touched on, I think it'll get us to focus on the league now. But I think with Steven Gerrard and this team, and a day, bear in mind, we're only together 6 months, new manager, new team more or less. But I think, where I feel a bit let down by them is they're not picking up full points in games they really should. I heard you guys talking after the Dundee game there, and we lack a bit of quality. I think what we lack is effort. When you've got you're playing against 10 men, or 10 men behind the ball, should I say, your forwards have got to put in as much effort as their defenders have, and that's the only way you're going to beat them and why we are playing now. But in terms of them sticking in Europe, no interest in them. I'm only interested in what we do, and I think it will give you the opportunity to focus on the league.
Alright. Stevie, we've been joined by another caller. I'll take that and then I'll come back to you, mate. How are we doing, caller?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, how you doing, mate? Right?
Alright, what's your name, mate?
Paul, mate.
Paul, alright. Okay, what's your point, mate?
I'm just wondering what you think on us using Morelos and Lafferty up front as working with 2 rather than just the 1 striker in the SPL. What's your thoughts on it?
4-4-2 or a 3-5-2, what's your thinking, Paul?
Paul, I'd like 4-4-2. Lafferty flicking the ball into Morelos, I think that's missed.
Alright, okay, that's a point of view. George Logan. George, any thoughts, mate? Somebody's got the show in the background, can they turn it off? George, you any thoughts on changing the system?
I would like to go with 4-4-2 and just all-out attack.
So what would your team be? Supposing you were playing Namora, right, what would your team be? Just, if you were playing a 4-4-2 Namora, what would your team be then?
Well, I would have Lafferty and Morelos, even 4-4-1-1, I think that Lafferty just behind Morelos, flicking the ball into him, Middleton going down the left, give the young boys a shot.
Paul, can you turn the show off? It's in the background, it's coming back. That's that, he's gone. He's had the show and he'll hopefully come back, Paul. 4-4-2. Stevie, you still with us, mate?
Aye, still here.
Aye.
I would say keep Morelos up front himself. I think we see the best when he's up front himself. To be fair, I don't really think much of Lafferty, to be honest with you. I think Morelos also has to, for me, to stick out as one of a good player. I think he also has to score against them. That's what they always say, innit?
Aye.
Also, I think we need to beat them because that's been about 12 games.
Do you know something, Paul? The problem's been the last few games, though, is midfield haven't been creating the chances for Morelos. Kind of discussed that in the show last night, lack of chances. If you look at the Aberdeen game, it was very similar to Dundee. Very few chances created, and it was the same last night as well, if truth be told, So if you're going to play with Morelos up front in his own, you need the midfield, you need the wide players, and you need the midfield. Boys for midfield getting into the box quickly to help him create chances for him, and we haven't been doing that unfortunately, so that's got to change on Sunday against Hamilton.
Morelos last night, Rudy, I thought he had a reasonable game.
He worked hard, Jimmy.
I worked very, very hard last night.
He never had a chance the whole night, Mark, did he?
No, but look, games gone by, Ox here, that Fred's scored. But he's tried and tried. I mean, there was a couple of nut in each games and that, and he played out his skin in Europe. But what Paul's saying there is right, But I mean, Fred up front for me is what we want to see. We want to see, and the catalyst is scoring against the puddle drinkers. That makes him a legend in a lot of our eyes, but more so that we'll beat the puddle drinkers. For me, having Morelos and Big Lafferty up front isn't going to work. I just think that, I've said this before many times, Lafferty's a luxury, and the fact is that he's rubbish. And I think he proved that in the last couple of games. He's no good for me.
He's not been playing very well.
Nah.
I said
it last night, Ox. You see what about formations and things like that. I think we were a 4-3-3 to start the season. But it's not about formations for me. I think it's about getting Barisic on one side, Tavernier on the other side, with Candias and Kent or whoever it is on that side, just winging the balls into the box. We're putting some great balls into the box, causing problems for defenders, and Alfredo was scoring a barrel load. I think we need to get back to doing things like that. We've had a lot of injuries. Barisic has been injured, and we've had left backs that couldn't have won the left backs, and it's a big thing. Halliday's done great for us, but he's no left back. He's not got to bomb forward and wing the balls in. I think we need to get back to that. If we get our guys fit again, we were talking last night about guys being injured and that. I mean, I think Candice is not the greatest player in the world, but he puts a lot of balls in the box. He does a lot of things for us. We Alfredo last night was out wide quite a lot when he didn't have to be. I think if we go back to the basics where we were at the start of the season, I think we'll pick up more points, and we've dropped some crazy points. And I say it's because of the way we've been playing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. We're not going to be doing that anymore. If we just go back to basics, simple thing, we got a half-decent team on the park, we'll start winning more games also. I think that's the biggest thing we need to concentrate on.
Yeah, Stevie, we're getting a lot of interference for you, mate, so listen, mate, thanks very much for the call. Don't be a stranger,
I was just counting my tips, pal. See you later.
Alright, take it steady.
Yeah, can I come in with a question?
Aye, on you, mate.
If we're to lose Ajaria, and there's a possibility Rangers have done a deal with Stephen Davis, could Southampton make him a free agent and we can sign him and allow us to play him in the Old Firm game?
Oh, that's a question. Conspiracy theory.
Good one, Fox.
Let's think. Who's intelligent on the panel?
I am. We're all intelligent.
It can't be a transfer, but can it?
No, it's a free agent. Yeah. Rudy
Bear, he needs to free him up, yeah.
Rudy Bear, there's a conspiracy theory for you.
Yeah, and if it works, I would love it. In all honesty. Yeah. I said the other night I'd get in the car and go down and pick Stephen Davis up. There's any way we can do a deal to bring him. Apparently Southampton were willing to let him go as a free agent because he's 6 years of great service to them. And if that's a possibility, you can't tell me Stephen Davis wouldn't add something to our midfield right now. You know, we've mentioned it time and time again. I was on about it the other night. For ages, I kept saying about the midfield, you know, how poor they'd been. Stephen Davis would add to that midfield without a shadow of a doubt.
Do you remember
If there's a possibility, sorry, Jimmy, just maybe a minute.
Yeah, okay, just hold your leash a minute. Carry on, Rudy.
All right, okay.
Possibility that we can bring Stephen Davis in, as Fox has said, as a free agent, get him signed up before we play them, and there's a possibility he could play against them. I would be totally up for that. Completely.
Go, JFK.
Do you remember we done something like this before when we signed Big Hately and ended up getting sent off against a beggar? Sorry to jump in there, Rudy.
No, you're all right, mate. You're all right.
We done something similar when we signed Big Hately and we rubbed them up the right way. Aye.
That was in the transfer window, was it not?
There was no transfer windows in.
There's no transfer windows at that time. But we brought Big Hately back.
For one game.
But unfortunately get sent off. But
my favourite.
The one. But I never thought that's Fox, that's a cracking thing. Oh aye. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be good.
Can I just say you're up, Fox? Because you never thought of that yourself.
I did.
He's a Fox.
Fox, can I just come in on that?
On you go, mate.
The only thing I would ask, because I'm desperate, I would bring him back in a heartbeat. Day before tomorrow, I'd bring him back. It has to be legal. The last thing we need is anybody finding we've done something.
Of course it'll be.
I'm saying that. It would have to be legal. Because we don't want to go... I know, pal. We don't want to go out there and win the game in the 29th, for instance, using Stephen Davis, and they find a loophole in the law.
Look, there's nothing. That would be...
There's other people want to come in, mate. Big Ulster's joined us. Evening, Ulster. Big Ulster.
Hello, guys. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. I lost connection for a wee second there.
Right. Go on, Ulster. Give us your shout out.
I know. It's alright. Just back to the darts. Very late to me.
Right.
I just want to give a wee ring in just because obviously we're going to be talking about Hamilton on scene, so just to give the team a wee bit of a cheer up for how well they've done for us in Europe. Done us very proud. We bit disappointed last week because I thought we maybe could have done a wee bit better, but that's being hypercritical. So very well done to the team. Very happy with our European campaign.
Foxy, can you let them know what Foxy said?
True Blue, are you happy in the big picture?
I wouldn't say happy. I think I'm a bit more enthused this season than I was last season, put it that way. We're still dropping stupid points. You know, I think the only thing, I think Steven Gerrard as well has got camouflage effect on a lot of us, you know. When we look at the daft points we're dropping and games we can't kill off, we've got to be more ruthless. You know, I'm not having a dig at Steven Gerrard or anything, but I think we've got to be more ruthless. You know, there's no point beating them in December and then going and taking a draw with somebody else or getting beat, or you know what I mean. We need to be more focused, we need to be more determined to play the game, any game we're in.
It's a big game for us. Carry on,
as far as Stephen Davis goes, I'm no over the moon about him. I know the boys he's what they used to call a player's player, you know, he's appreciated more by his teammates and a support. But I watched it last night, you know, and until some of them learn to pass their blue jersey, I think we're always going to struggle, mate. You know, Barisic, alright, you could argue he's no match fit. Big Gareth McCauley, I know, was repeatedly getting the ball away. You know, you can't do that in Europe, you know, and that's what we're doing. But we're not just doing it in Europe, we're doing it all over our own league as well, you know. We've got to get that sorted out and all.
Well, look, we lack a bit of quality too, but we're working progress.
You're talking of passing a ball, mate.
I know, but that's the problem. You think all professionals can do that, but they can't.
I think last night showed that Gareth McCauley is a Premier League player, Scottish Premier League player now. You're not a European player.
Well, he doesn't need to worry about it, does he?
No, I think he proved last night. No, I didn't want him to play last night. I thought No. Keep him for the league games. I said that the other night. For me, nah, it didn't perform to the way we know he can. But nah, it was
like everybody else, mate. He was 6.5, mate. He was just.
He wasn't even that, mate. I seen that in the papers today. For me, I think they flattered him. It wasn't even that. I mean, he was culpable for the goal. You know, for me, I mean, I'm not wanting to diss Big Macaulay and that, because I think he'll do a job for us, but Premiership, aye, but Europe, no. He was caught out last night.
Big Ulster, you've come in, he said I go at Lafferty, he said I go at Macaulay, he doesn't like Davis. There's a theme here.
I hope he likes me.
I like you.
He was talking about you earlier.
Everybody has their own opinions. That's what we love the show about. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. We all have different opinions on different things.
Can I answer Fox's question, Ox?
Of course you can, George.
It was just a hypothetical question, but that's not actually possible to do that, because even if, say for example, you were released with a team in the 1st of September, you're not allowed to sign with another team until the 1st of January, because your actual papers are held with the FA, when this occasion will be held with the English FA until such a time. It actually happened to Roy Keane. Remember Roy Keane left Man United, was sacked from Man United, and left Celtic and was training with them for a few months and wasn't actually allowed to play with them until the turn of the year. And because that was because the FA.
And what a debut that was,
I'll never forget that one. But that's anyway. That's the way it is anyway. But Steve Davis, I'm starting to get a wee bit. Not worried, but I'm starting to get a wee bit angry about Steve Davis, because it sounds like we're putting all our eggs in this Steve Davis carry on again. I said it last night. I ken they're no world beaters, but see guys like that guy Shinnie and the boy Ferguson, there is other boys in Scotland we should maybe look at, because Steve Davis, he's not played a lot of football recently, and is a great player. I love him to bits and that, but I just don't want to put all of my eggs in the one basket with him. I think he's a good player, I do think that, but I just think that us putting all our eggs in the one basket for another 35, whatever it is, your old guy, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I think we should be moving forward. You were saying last night we need maybe 4 players. I think we still need 4 quality players. He's definitely a quality player, but I think we need age as well, as long as quality. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't touch Shinnie with a barge pole, George.
Sorry, Rudy. I don't mean to be rude, mate, but you need to get that kitchen cloak. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can we say? Marvellous night, great discussions. Well done to everybody. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And a big game on Sunday. We have to get ourselves ready for this. Come on, Stevie G. Absolutely a brilliant interview by you. Really pleased. We're over the European thing. Let's get into them. Mollicate Hamilton. Everybody. For other Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank everybody who took the time to call us, and Stevie and Paul, the first time callers, the Bridge, George Logan, GFK, Rudy, True Blue, Big Ulster and Fox. Excuse me. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back on Sunday at 2 p.m. Take it away, Fox.